I got some crazy hair today. Crazy hair, crazy hair. Oh, and this is I got a couple. Hey, Donna, I got a couple of cards I wanted to show. How are you, Donna?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Try and get set up here. Yeah, we're preparing for the snowstorm.
Oh, and we have hardly got any snow, but I sound like my mother when I say this. She didn't say the T word, but it's cold as a witch's tit up here.
Hmm.
She did not say that. I forgot what her thing was, but she had all these funny little sayings like that, but that's not one of them. But
Oh,
she'd say, what is it? Happy as as Hannah's pup or something like that. She had a funny one.
oh, no, I hadn't heard that one.
You heard the witch's tit one before?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
heard that one.
it's very cold, and I got crazy hair because I had it done yesterday,
Hmm.
and I haven't had time to do anything, so I threw on the big pair of earrings and called it a day. Right, because I got to go to the store after this. I don't even want to go outside.
Oh, I know it is so cold. Yeah, I went out yesterday and it was, I mean, I think it got up into maybe to 40, but now
Oh,
it's just in the 30s.
we're nowhere
So
near
yeah,
that.
we're cold. You're a
That
lot
would be
colder than that.
awesome, right? It's right
Yeah.
this minute, it's 24, but it feels like 3 because the wind is what did they say? The wind is 30 miles an hour or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got
That's yeah.
I don't know why the wind is so 18. No, that's not right. Anyway, it's a lot of wind. A
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of
We're
wind.
at 38 right now. But
Maureen and
Hey,
yeah.
friends.
Jasmine.
Hello.
Yay. And I got
Well,
crazy hair. Go ahead.
it's 54 here right now, and it feels like it's 49, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning here.
No,
So,
no, no.
and it's
Mm.
windy. It's a little
You missed it. You missed it, Maureen. It's
I will
24 and it
tell
feels
you,
like
this is why we live here. We deal
right.
with the 1,000-degree summers, which will start the summers will start probably in March. It'll be like in the 80s and 90s in March, and it goes until probably October, where it's but the main part of the summer. But this is why we live here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
gonna move one day to South Carolina. But anyway, so up here, the problem, I'm staying inside, but it's so windy that it's sucking the air out somehow, and it's cold inside because it's so windy, I guess. But what I don't like
Yeah.
about it isn't necessarily the cold but the wind. I usually get some damage on the house. And I
Mm.
hate that because all it has to happen, because I'm on top of I say mountain. I'm not sure my neighbors agree with me, but you have to go up a big long thing to get to the house, but I'm not at the top. There's more. So they probably think I'm not at the top of them. I don't know. But if any little piece of the siding comes out a little bit, this wind will tear it off. And you've got to stay right on all of the siding and the molding work around. All of it has to be right because you'll leak water if you don't.
Oh
So
yeah.
then I'm always having to look around the house, make sure. And a couple times I've lost, I think it was soffit things way at the top of the peak, and I had to have somebody come in with a cherry picker thing to get it too. And I just hate when all that goes on because it's expensive to fix where,
Oh
rain
yeah.
isn't. Snow, I just have to move it. But but wind, if I get damage, it's like, eh. But I'll tell you one thing that was good is ex-husband number two. He wasn't a stupid man. He just wasn't my man. So husband number two taught me something that I've stuck with all this time because I was with him before we owned this really, and his house, he said, I don't have bushes around it. I don't have trees around it or anything because, and he showed me on other people's houses how the damage happens if you have bushes right near your house or if you have a tree within falling distance of your house. So I've maintained this property and I only have trees on the perimeter. And as far as I can see, nothing could fall and hit the house. And I'm
Oh,
so
that's
glad that I always did that. Right. He wasn't stupid. And I'm glad I learned a couple things, and I'm glad that was one of them because I've spent money well, I would say every couple years having the tree people trim around even the perimeter and making sure that nothing could hit the house or damage it. Because if you have trees overhanging your house, you end up with damage on the roof. And people have them right up
mm,
the bushes right up against the house and that damages the siding and all that. And luckily I listened when he said that and it made sense to me, so I did it here. So thank you.
yes, yes.
Thank you to the
Mm.
ex-husband gods, right? Right. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I did have a couple cards I wanted to show. I got this nice one from Tammy. Ooh, I didn't write Tammy Reynolds from Somerset, Kentucky, who I don't recognize her. She must be somebody I know from online, I think. And she sent she Facebook espionaged me. And this is the card with 2025, which is cute. And then
Hmm.
inside it's got tall, dark, and handsome, and one of my pictures with the hat. And if you ever see me wearing a hat, it's because I don't have my hair done. And then this one with Jaden, and it says, "Show me a love story, and I'm hooked. Wishing you the best new year, my virtual friend." So, isn't that
Oh,
cute? And then the back one. So that's cute. I like that one. I like it when somebody else Facebook espionages me. Now, this one said, I'm putting a picture of a person I have a gift for on a flat card and using it as a tag under the tree. That way, you know right away who the gift's for. Isn't that awesome? So
Oh,
she
well, yeah,
said,
that's nice.
ah,
and this would work for not just Christmas, but anytime you're giving a gift. I think you did this, didn't you, Maureen? One time, no?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you did. But it's a flat card
Yeah.
with the person that's getting the gift on the front. And then all she put something on the back for my benefit, but she would leave the back blank or put the holiday on it. And then all she's got to do is punch a hole and it's the gift, it's the card for the package.
Yeah.
So especially like at Christmas, if you're having a big giant family gathering and you send the little kid in there to pass out the presents, this would be perfect. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
haven't you done that where they send the little kid in to pass the presents out and the little kid can't read? And then when it's like, although that is fun in a hilarious kind of way, I can see this working better.
Yeah.
So that was a good
Yeah,
idea.
that's a nice
That
idea.
was cool. Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Yes, and I believe that was, oh geez, I think it was Kathy Trubinsky. I'm pretty sure. I didn't save the envelope for that one, which I should have. And then this one, oh no, this one was, uh, oh, this was someone trying to recruit me. So never mind, which is
Mm.
fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But because I certainly send out cards trying to recruit people for Avon or whatever. But usually they asked me for information before I sent the card. So that's the only thing that's different. She's using this to cold call for prospects, which that's all right. So a couple of the ones I've sent this week, I'm just want to talk about it because sometimes when you hear somebody else talk about their cards, you think of it in your situation and could use the idea too, is why I'm talking about it. So, you might have heard on Tuesday. I know Yasmin didn't, but on Tuesday you guys were there. Um, I'm selling stuff on Marketplace because I got stuff, and I decided if I'm going to do that, I'm going to make it worth my while for my Avon business. So I don't agree to meet them somewhere or bring it to them. They got to come here, and that way I have a better chance because I've got Avon's products out in the hallway that from an order that is sitting there, and in the blue room, all my marketplace stuff is on a table. So I don't bring their item out into the hall for them to get at the door. I go, oh, come in here. It's right in here. And then they see the other stuff on the table. And I would say 1 out of 7 buys other stuff. So that always is good. And I do have a stack of Avon books out there in the hallway. And I say, if you don't mind, let me do my job and give you an Avon brochure. And lots of times they'll say one for you, two for you, two of your friends. And the lady the other day, she was excited because she said the guy that she used to get Avon from in Loudon died. I knew that guy too. I didn't know he died, but she didn't message me back with her address. She was going to. So I looked her up on White Pages because in Marketplace you can look at their profile. So I do know her first name and her last name. Lots of times I can find that out if they pay me by Venmo or something, or Cash
Mhm.
App because it says it. This case, she gave me cash, but I did get it from her profile. Unfortunately, and she has an unusual name too. It's like Stroudman or something. Margaret Stroudman, I think it is. And I went whitepages.com and there's two of them. So I decided this morning I'll just send a card to both of them. I don't know how that could go wrong because I didn't say anything in the card like thank you for buying the containers or anything this time. Normally that's what I do, but because I wasn't sure which one was her, I just decided to send both of them the card that I'm currently sending to my Avon customers. So it just was a bunch of new products on the front, and then it says a note from your Avon lady, Lisa Wilber. And then inside, I had a word search and a crossword puzzle, and just a little note in the middle that, said, "Hey, just want to check in, see how you're doing," that kind of thing. And I figured I can't go wrong, just send it to both of them because even the one that wasn't the one I met won't think anything of it, probably. She'll just think she got a card in the mail. So
Mhm.
potential. But that's been working for me, getting new people. So I had a new Avon customer this morning that I don't know where I got her from. She's in Kansas. Um, she's not a roll up. She's a brand new customer. Could have been random Facebook, I guess. But I'm
Mhm.
not gonna ask her. I just sent her a thank you note. She ordered $65, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
My Christmas card, I got a lot of messages from people that said, your card was so fun. I really enjoyed it. And then I sent a birthday card to one of my acquaintances here in Vegas, and she put a picture on Facebook and she said, now I'm going to teach the little one how to do crossword puzzles.
oh, nice. I didn't put the solution to either the word search or I think it was a word search or a word find to either that or the crossword puzzle in the card. I said, if you want the solution, email me or text me and I'll send it to you, thinking it'd just be a way to interact. Last time I did that, I did have probably that messaged me, 6 or 7 that messaged me.
Um,
So that was cute. Do you put the solution in or you don't?
I do not.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do not.
To me, it was like just another way to get them to reach
Yeah.
out or
Mhm.
whatever. The other thing I
But
did
I
this, go ahead.
but I didn't do that either. I don't, that's a great idea to say, if you want the solution to email me or message me, because I don't do that either. I just don't think about putting the solution in.
Oh, the only reason I thought about it is because when I looked in my file, when I created the word search and created the other one, I think it was a word connect or something. I saw in that file the solution was there too.
Oh,
So I thought, oh, this will work. Now I know where it is
yeah.
and if I need to send it. Kathy, I was just talking about you, Kathy. Didn't you send me this idea?
Yes, hold on.
Yes, that was a good idea. Did you use that on the holidays?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. Did that work out good?
Yeah, pretty good. I've been having a lot of fun doing different things. So, yeah, thanks.
Oh, good. You're
And
always so
I appreciate
creative.
all your videos. I don't always get to get on, but I really learned a lot from listening to you guys later. So, thanks for recording them.
Well, thank you for all the cards you send. You send me some really good ideas.
Well, good.
So I'm gonna keep jabbering if you know.
No, good. Thanks.
So the other things I'm working on, we did talk about this Tuesday, if you happen to be on the Tuesday, is whenever I'm trying to get kickstarted, which the first of the year, I've actually been getting orders right along. I haven't in my head thought, man, I better do something to get things going again. I haven't had that thought this year because I've gotten orders every day. Even on Christmas Day, I got an order. I don't know why that is, but I've been getting orders right along. Um, but whenever I have needed to kickstart things, the thing that I do is sit there and go, how can I double up on my appreciation or my gratitude? And that usually kickstarts things for me. So now one thing that I did have to kickstart is the play thing, because that play was supposed to happen last fall. Kenny lost his mojo, if you ask me, and decided to kick the can to April. I couldn't talk him out of it. We had a big giant discussion over it and I lost. So we stopped what we were doing, took a break for the holiday, and now we're back in full this is going to happen mode. And we had our first meeting Sunday. So now I'm going through the list of people that had said they were going to be in the play, but now the dates changed and stuff and the schedules changed. So I'm contacting each one of them separately and asking if they're still all in. I'm telling them, I'm like, we're getting back going again. Thank you for being here Sunday. I really appreciate your coming. I have you down as playing Rhoda Dustin. Is that how you understand it too? The schedule is going to be this, the performances are going to be here. Are you all in? Because I want to make sure everybody's all in. If you're not all in, it's okay, but I need to know now so I can replace you now. I'm not really saying it like that. I'm saying I'm not giving them the out. I'm going, I just want to know if you're all in. And when they say, yes, I'm all in, I answer, that's fabulous. I'm so glad we're on this journey together. And then I send them a card. And what I'm putting on the front of the card is them, the picture of them holding their binder. So this binder I make for every person in the play, and I took their picture with it when I gave them the binder. That's a rule they all make fun of me, but it works. Is you can't get your binder from me unless you get the picture taken. So the only person that I let get away with that, and I swear this man has a double life somehow, is the state rep that was our state rep for like 30 years here in town. He doesn't like to have his picture taken, and he like has a fit about it if you do it. And I said to his wife, he does know you can Google his name and there's like a zillion pictures of him because he was a state rep. So every time he was at a public function, he had his picture taken. She says, I know. So I don't argue with him. I leave him out of that whole thing, but everyone else has to have their picture taken. And it has their name and who they're playing on the front. They're holding it under their face. So now we all have a cheat way. If we can't remember who they are, I can go back at the pictures and see. So I'm thinking, right, that picture on the front of the card, I don't think they all know that's why I do it. It's for promotion. I use the picture for promotion. And on the back, I took a group shot Sunday when they were all here. And I took a group shot of everybody and I put that on the top of the back of the flat card. And underneath, I said, so glad to hear that you're all in. I look forward to being on this journey with you. And if I don't say it enough, I really appreciate you. Because to me, it could have been Kenny losing his mojo in the fall, but I also wasn't being appreciative enough. I know it. I wasn't sitting out there during the rehearsals like I should have. It's hard because I'm the producer, which is like a secretary. I'm Kenny's secretary, is what this is. But I didn't realize how important it was for me to just sit there, for me to just show up and be there, and me sit there, and for me to send cards, and for me to talk to them individually. I'm like the cheerleader secretary. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I didn't realize that. And I think they brought that to my attention. They said it, what they said it is, you're running this, you know. I thought it was Kenny. And they're like, well, Kenny's the director, that's true, and he gets to make all the decisions, but we're all looking to you as to the tone of this and how this goes and if we're excited about it or not. We're all looking to you. And I didn't realize
You're the
Mm.
life of it.
well, I didn't realize that, but now that I do, I thought to myself, get out the toolbox. And of course, my favorite tool is SendOutCards, and I'm going to find as many ways I can. I already use it for promoting the play, of course, the dates and everything. But now I'm trying to use it to make sure each and every cast member feels more appreciated. So the plan is they're going to get a card, the flat card with their picture on the front, the group picture on the back, when they tell me they're all in. And then I'm also going to go back to the cast members that were in plays last year and the year before when we did the first two and send them their pictures on cards. Because believe it or not, I haven't done that yet. So I have still shots of them performing in the plays, and I haven't sent them all their own pictures that I have. So that's an easy, awesome card to get in the mail that I should have done already. So I think it's a matter of appreciation, and I need to up my game. What kind of cards are you sending right now, Donna?
Um, I'm still sending Christmas cards. A
Oh no,
couple.
that I am too. I'm still doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had the
And
kids
then
put happy holidays so that it could include a couple of them.
yeah, and then of course birthdays and thank yous for orders. I haven't started anything new. I was sending them to neighbors in the area that promoting the Avon. But then over the holidays, I I
Oh,
needed that 10 for something else.
right. I pulled back to do the holiday cards too. And now I think I've got I use that app to show how many I've sent. I'm doing 10 a day. I have not done any uh mass mailings of the holiday card. At 10 a day, I've sent 287
Oh
holiday
wow.
cards. So it added up pretty quick, but I started early too. So last year I ended up doing 321. So I want to get over 300 for sure. So some people are getting their cards kind of late.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I want
But
to hurry up.
they still appreciate it.
Right, right. I sent them way into the year last year. I think I ended up stopping when I got somebody that messaged me and said, I just wanted you to know the post office was so late sending you your sending your card. And I went, oopsie.
Yeah, blame it on them.
I didn't message back and go, oopsie, that was me. I messaged back and go, darn post office.
Right.
But
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
I think after I do want to get to most people on the list after it's not appropriate anymore, I'll just put uh change the front from happy holidays to here's an update from us or something like that, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know.
You
Yeah,
know the
yeah.
card I designed the other day and actually mailed the first one to the husband was kind of like you, Lisa. I try to be appreciative, but I don't think I am to the a lot of the people closest to me. So I designed a card, and of course I left it out in the kitchen. I designed a card and it says, "From my heart to your mailbox."
Oh, that's
And
Oh,
nice.
it's just
nice.
going to be a flat card, and I've got a list of people that are very important to me, who are very special to me, who I just want to let them know that what they mean to me.
Oh, that's
You
awesome.
know, and like the
Yeah,
one I
yeah,
mailed to the hubby, it just said, "Thank you for being my husband."
Oh, that's nice.
You
yeah.
know,
I
I
love
love
that.
you, love your wife, and that was it. And of course, he sees the blue envelope and he's like, "It's a card for Maureen. It's a card. Wait, no, this says Sean on it."
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
yep, so that's the one I'm doing now, and I'm mailing. I want to do. I'm mailing one a week, so I'm trying to get 52, all year long. And if I run out, I don't really know 52 people anymore. I'll just start over from the top and just keep doing
Oh, that's
it.
a good idea. Yeah. No,
Yep.
that's
And the other
awesome.
one I'm doing is I'm designing a recruiting postcard.
Oh, nice.
Yep, I'm designing a recruiting postcard and I'm going to start mailing them out. Um, and I have a little secret that I found last week, and I have mailed a ton of cards. For some reason, I was playing around on Facebook and I was like looking for card groups, and I came across this group called Random Acts of Cardness,
Oh, oh,
and
that's
Oh,
neat.
people request cards.
Oh, nice.
So, guess who has already sent out like 40 cards?
Oh,
mhm.
nice. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. You know who posted, what was her name? Oh, Faye Swenson. Faye Swenson from North Dakota. She tagged me because there's a school out there wanting a card from every state. And I sent that. And what's
Yeah.
funny is I must have known that was coming somehow. The universe told me because it was last week I saw somebody posted like an old New Hampshire postcard on the front where it had New Hampshire, a bunch of the stuff, and I saved it as a screenshot,
Wow.
thinking I might need it for something like that because I see those quite a bit. So, and
Yeah.
then I Googled facts about New Hampshire and cut and paste a bunch of stuff inside the card because it
Oh,
was a third grade class. And I thought
mm,
that would be, so that was cute. Yay.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
yeah.
awesome.
But in doing the cards, I was like talking to Sean. I was like, could you imagine how many people are going to learn that I sell Avon because my Avon website's on the outside of the envelope? Well, guess what? It wasn't.
No,
Come
how'd
to
it go?
find out, when I did my return address, you know that little circle thing next to the United States?
Yeah.
That's where you put the business. So I called SendOutCards and she just said I have to click a button and then it'll show up.
Whoa.
But it wasn't showing up. So here, year and a half, I've been mailing cards, not even paying attention that it was not showing up. Yours is
The
Lisa,
one
because
you had,
I looked at
you sent me once
yours.
and they had it on it.
Yeah,
Everyone you sent me had it on it.
it has my email address.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Wow.
Donna, yours says does not. It just says Avon/promptings ambassador. So I don't know if you want your on it either, but yeah.
What mine says?
Yours says your name, your email address or text and your phone number to buy, sell Avon, then your address.
Yeah. I was gonna
I'm not
say,
sure what you're talking about, Maureen. Can you explain that a little more?
Okay, so um, for
let's
those of
look.
us
I'm going to
that,
share screen and let's look at
okay,
because I want to make sure I understand too. Okay.
yeah,
Is that all right if we do that, Kathy?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. So you mean on the account, right? On the account itself?
on the account, yes. Okay, so
Let
I
me sign
know
in.
I know YouTube throws a fit if you throw an address up there, but I don't care. Do you see how my return address just has, it has my, I don't know if you can see, it has my name,
Yes.
Yeah.
my email address, and all that. Okay, so my Avon website was not showing up. But when you when you log in,
And go, isn't it profile
yeah, I
or
think so.
account here?
See mine, if you just scroll down,
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's if you just scroll
Oh, it's
down.
right
I don't,
here. What's here, right? No. No, that isn't it. It's over on this side or something, right?
so yeah, it's over on that side because you got to fill it, it's where you fill in all the blanks to what you want your return address to be.
Mm.
I wonder if
They probably moved it.
it's not,
Maybe it
yeah,
is
it's
in
not this.
settings. No.
Um,
Oh yeah, try to edit that. See if
oh,
you can edit
settings.
that.
Maybe settings. Hold on a second. Oh, no, that isn't it. Okay.
That's not it. Okay.
Oh, try to
See if
edit this.
yeah. Okay, that's it. Now scroll down.
Where did you go to get to that?
I just signed into the account and it brought me to the account homepage. So if you're
Okay.
already signed in, just click on, if you're already signed in, click on your picture and then click on account. See if I do this
Okay.
and click account,
Okay.
it'll take me to this page. And then on the page itself, the account page, the dashboard page, I just scrolled down to this and
Okay.
clicked on that edit.
And then
Okay.
if you come over to the box, Lisa, and hit edit address, and now scroll down again, see right there where by United States, see where you have your address, the Avon website next to it, in the box next to it.
Yes.
I had mine there, but for some reason I didn't have it. I didn't have it active.
Oh, okay.
So my address wasn't showing up. I guess you have to have it active.
Maybe
Is
it
the
shows it when you first make the active box when you first make the card or something.
Yeah. Now my only question, I didn't think to ask that nice lady, was I put people's when I'm putting their address in my book, in my thing next to it, I put their business. So like I write Avon or family or whatever it is. I'm wondering if, because I clicked that, I didn't want that to show up on the envelope. I'm
Oh,
wondering if that turned
I
that
bet that
off.
is it. I bet that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that is it. That could, or I don't, yeah, I don't know for sure. I think you'd have to ask them because I don't know for
Yeah.
sure.
But so now it's fixed and I sent myself a card to see how it looks. Because
Awesome.
my name is so long, I want to make sure, see how it looks. And and then we're just gonna continue like it's always been there.
Why don't I look that good today? I look crazy today.
Oh, I think you look good. I like
You
your
look
deep
good.
blue.
It's right, it's darker. It's
It looks
dark.
nice.
Well, I
Uh,
think the makeup helps in that picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple, how do you get out of this? It was
oh, you have, yeah, close.
there you go. And then it didn't either way. Um, okay, well that's how you get out, I guess. When we had the pictures done, that was 2 years ago already. Do I
Mhm.
look older, 2 years older? I don't even want to think about it.
Speaking of, and I don't know how to do it, but someone help me. When you're live on Zoom, like you guys are right now, there's a filter that makes you look better. And
Oh,
and you can do your eyebrows and everything.
I
Mhm.
don't
Mhm.
know, but I don't think I'd want to do that.
Well,
You know
honey, it
why?
looks very natural still.
Right, but you know what's funny? And this is, oh, I'll go. You can disagree with me on this, but I quit worrying about
Oh,
necessarily looking better or cleaning up behind me. I had bought a screen and I bought a thing and I bought some lights and I bought all this stuff. And then every time I watch somebody else, people say to me, I like that you're so authentic and that you never do stuff like that. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just be me then. I'm not going to fancy it up. I'm just going to do it. And I'm happy that I'm doing that because I think I remember back when I was doing Avon appointments with the district manager, and she had yeah, bouffant hairdo with a bunch of hairspray. I mean, she could have stuck her head out of a plane and that thing ain't moving. But anyway, she was always all dressed up with a dress and high heels and everything out here in rural New Hampshire. And every time, not just sometimes, every time when I was with her and we signed somebody up, they acted funny around her. And then later, when I saw them by myself, every time the recruit would say to me, "What was up with her? Does she live around here? Is she from the city?" You know, right. And so to me, I'm just like this because where I live, I would not fit in if I went crazy. And then come to find out, I think there's a lot of people that are rural hillbillies like me.
but
So,
there's a lot of I value in what you're saying. I get it, but let me give you. I got 20 years on you, so you might change your mind.
yeah, I never thought I'd
You
go
need a
blue
little bit more
or
help
have a
then.
boyfriend. So there we go, right? Hey, Kathy, do you know I have a boyfriend?
No, I don't.
Oh, you didn't know I have a boyfriend? Oh, yes.
Awesome.
I didn't tell you the best part. He's
No,
49.
let me hear
He's
it.
49.
Oh, yes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Tall, dark, and handsome. Yeah. Yeah. 49. He'd keep me on my toes for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you seem very happy.
You know what's funny is that's a whole thing with that. I don't want to say all of them too. I'm not trying to put everybody in a box or anything. He happens to be black, and black women, and I don't mean all of them, but it seems to be a thing, is they're all dressed lots of makeup, big giant eyelashes.
Oh,
They get
yes.
they get
Yes.
butt lifts, Brazilian butt lifts, and all this stuff, and none of the men like it,
Oh.
virtually none of them. And I said, then why
Uh-huh.
on earth, are the women doing it? And he says they think that's what men like, but really men would do someone like that, but they wouldn't marry someone like that. And
Yeah,
I
the
wonder,
big eyelashes they get me. That's a
the
little
big
much.
giant, yeah, big giant
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Right. So I definitely could probably use some filter. Did you know when you go in Avon's thing where they have that what do they call that? The creative collective thing. You have to agree not to use filters on your posts.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah. And
interesting.
I don't know if it's because we sell makeup and stuff and they don't want it to be misleading or what it is, but
Probably.
they make
Got
you
it.
agree to that. So
That's
in other
interesting.
words, I've just defaulted to hillbilly land over here.
Well,
What is
Lisa,
working for you?
Lisa, thanks for the information because I'm a black lady who wears nothing but lipstick.
Did you know that the men don't like that by and large?
No, I just get
They're,
them. I get them. I don't try to be fake. I'm kind of regular too. I'm just regular.
but
So
and
it
so
is what it
am I
is.
wrong in my I get you know what happened is because I've been dating him now what a year and a half I think it is. And what's funny is you know how Facebook shows you stuff uh that you want to buy from what you're talking about?
Right.
Well,
Uh-huh.
since I started dating him, everything they show me on Facebook is for black people. And this and it's awesome because I didn't know anything. I didn't
Right, right,
so I see all these YouTube videos of black women talking about the butt lifts and the big eyelashes and all that stuff.
right.
And I said to him, I said to Ty, is that something that, because I don't see a lot of women doing that. And he says, go look it up and listen to how the men talk about it. And he said the men don't like that. They don't understand why the women are doing it. So I
Well,
don't know if it's
that's
all men and
amazing
all women,
because
but yeah.
I work with, I work with a lot of all of them put I'm just amazed what they do when they get home. I wonder what they do, like all the hair they stick in their heads. I
Oh,
tried the
right, right.
eyelashes, and I just wonder like how long does it take to go in the bathroom and do stuff? And I don't ask them. I tried eyelashes one time and I was at my daughter's baby shower, and I took my glasses off, and because I took them off, I rubbed my eyes, and then later one of my grandkids came by and said, "Oh, Mimi, your eyelashes hanging down." So I just I
That was the end
never
of that, huh?
I never wore them again.
Well, it's funny because even though we all live, I mean, together in the country together and stuff, I've learned so much that I had no idea. I had no idea the number of women that are wearing wigs.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't I
oh
didn't know
yeah,
that
oh
was still
yeah.
a thing. I thought that was like a
oh
1970s thing. I had no idea.
oh black. Listen, almost every black lady you see has hair stuck in her head.
But
Honest,
see, I didn't know. I didn't have any idea. I
yeah,
don't know how I missed it, but I didn't
yeah,
know that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and matter of
Well,
fact, my hairdresser but see, we're living in New Hampshire, which is not very mixed of any kind of people.
oh yeah.
And my hairdresser, I said to her, "Did you know there's a whole bunch of people wearing wigs?" She said, "No, sir." So the two of us are like, "No, sir."
well, I'm in Dallas. I'm in Dallas, and here they're
Yeah.
not so much as wig is actually hair. They buy it in the bag,
Oh,
and then
oh,
they
a
used
tat.
to glue it, but they stopped gluing it. But now they do this thing where they can like you see people with braids, they'll braid it in,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so kind of like
or
extensions.
yeah, yeah, and yeah.
Nice.
But that's when you see them long, that's not their hair. They're buying those. They're buying those, and so
That's
they
just
actually, to make it look more real, some of them have, they have what we call lactations or something. They'll actually braid it in, and so
Yeah.
it's all kind of tricks to the trade, but that's not their hair. And
no.
thus,
Thank you
we have a
for
beauty supply store on every corner. And I'm not trying to be mean, but they're all owned by Asians, and they know everything to tell you what you want and what
you have to buy.
number number 3, 5 or something. I don't know, but I don't do it, so I don't know. So,
No,
mm.
thank you for not being offended when I ask a
Oh
million
no,
questions.
I'm regular. Me and my friends are regular. We talk about it too. You know.
Because Ty, he thinks that's funny that I didn't know any of it. I didn't,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
didn't know any of it. He thinks this, and he's like, "You living up under a stone up there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." Because Dallas probably has a big mix of people because it's a
Oh
city,
yeah, oh yeah.
right? Right. And
It's
I live
like,
in rural New
yeah,
Hampshire that
yeah.
everybody's
That's why we could talk about it, because I work and we all in our office, we're multicultural and we all laugh about stuff.
Well,
So,
Texas is known for our big hair. I'm from Texas as well.
oh, okay, okay. So yeah, Dallas, we talk about everything. So
Yeah,
you,
big
you know,
hair.
no offense, no offense.
Kathy, do you know Molly Stone Bibb?
I know of her. I don't
No,
know
what is right.
her. Uh-huh.
Uh, even her hair now, but her hair that she used to have right before this hairdo, we would always kid her about because she'd always say, "What the higher the hair, the closer to God." Wasn't
That's fine. Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
She always had a big thing, yeah. And it
That's
and
funny.
she says she doesn't now, but she still does.
Oh,
So, yeah, it just is a little more
balances
spiky.
out. That is funny.
But anyway, so just so I know I've talked about this before, but just to throw this in here because I think this is something that can work for everybody is I try to make sure if someone is in my universe for whatever reason they're in there, whether I'm dating them or they're a relative of mine or they came and did pest service or something at my house or whatever the reason is, or they're a recruit or a customer or whatever it is, I want to make sure they walk away feeling like they had a good experience dealing with me. I
Right,
mean, and I think that's a minimum standard that we all should probably stick with, especially if we're trying to run a business like a direct sales business. And I know that sounds simplistic, but I think a lot of people aren't thinking about it because I see people like, do I get mad when I get bad service somewhere? Yes. Do I post about the bad service on Facebook? No. And the reason is because I don't want if someone stumbles on my Facebook page and this is the only post they see, they're going to think I'm an argumentative person. You know what I mean? They're going to think I'm hard to get along with, even though it wasn't me. So I try to always be thoughtful about how I'm going to be perceived because I want to be someone who you'd want to do business with or you'd want to spend time with. And I try to think of all my relationships that way because it just makes sense. Even Tall, Dark, and Handsome, he lives down in Yonkers, New York, by the way. I've been commuting down there every weekend. uh, but I've sent him, I think it's 60 greeting cards because when I go down and see him, I take pictures when I'm down there and he helps me post and stuff. He has ideas when we post them and stuff. And I send him the pictures and I sometimes I send brownies or coffee cake or whatever it is. And I tell him I'm thankful that he invited me over and that I appreciate his attention that he paid to me while I was there. And I was happy we went out together and had dinner or whatever it was, because I want to make sure when he looks back on it, he thinks, you know what, that was a good time. I'd spend time with her again. And I do the same thing for, like, say, Jeff West, who we wrote the book together. I've only actually seen that man twice in my life, Jeff West. I want him to look back at that interaction with me of writing the book with me and say, you know what, that was one of the best co-authors I ever had. That was worth doing. I'm really glad we had that experience together. Um, I don't know about you guys, but I've had people in my life where I see, like if I'm sitting here at my desk and I see them come up at the door, I'd be going, oh God. And I don't want people to feel that way when they see me coming or see an email from me or see a text from me. I want them to be happy that I'm in their life. And I think as a general rule, when you do that, it helps your business too. Because if you're dealing with customers that way, like I just had a customer, what did she say? I thought that was funny. She thanked me for I sent her the coupon codes this morning, and she said, "You were so thoughtful. You're the most thoughtful person I have ever known. Thank you so much." And I was really trying to get an order. I sent her the coupon codes. So she wasn't offended that I was trying to get business. She was, but I try to word it so that it doesn't sound like I'm just trying to get an order. What I said was something along the lines of, just thought you might uh, want to know that they're giving away some real good freebies today. Here's the coupon code and my website. And then no matter what they said back to me, I had a Bitmoji of me, the little cartoon me with the blue hair saying, have a good day. So whatever I said after that, I put, have a good day. So I just think that it makes a lot of difference. And why I'm talking about it on the send out cards call is because send out cards is one of the ways that I try to use just about every time to firm up that good feeling they have about me. I guess that's how you put it. So even, oh, you know who I got a email from yesterday? It was funny. The CEO of Avon, in the Avon North America, whatever, Sun Moon. I had sent her a card. I sent her a card thanking her for the flowers they sent me. And I sent it, I think I probably put a picture of her and I in it from the convention or something and sent it, and she thanked me for the card. So those things don't go unnoticed. And I think I don't know about you, but like at Avon Corporate, I don't want them to think of me as hard to get along with because you don't get as many opportunities when it's like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when they're thinking about, matter of fact, when they're thinking about somebody using their stuff, they're going to think about the people that were easy to get along with that were, and I don't mean you cave on everything. I just mean you give a good experience. That's, you're friendly, you're nice, you're not combative, you don't always argue with them, little thing. And
I
you
think
sit,
you find solutions to things. That's one of the things I've noticed about you. No matter what they do, whatever changes happen, you find the solution. And I think that stands
well,
out.
I'm not basing my success or failure on their decisions. I think that's,
And
you know what
that's
I
a good
mean? I
way to
think a
be.
lot of people do that. So to me, I just want to hear what I have to deal with, and then I'm going to sort out how I'm going to make it to my benefit. So I don't usually have feedback for them whether I like or dislike something because that's not my
It doesn't
job.
matter.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
well,
doesn't
I try
matter.
not to think about it as it doesn't matter, but that's the truth. But it's a waste of energy for me. To me, it's, well, what's it going to be? And then I can figure out how I'm going to earn the most money, and then I can figure out how I can tell my team members and my friends how to earn the most money, because that is the point of this. It's not to be friends with corporate necessarily. They're my wholesale supplier, but I also am not going to get my knickers in a twist if they don't do it the way I want it, because some of my other suppliers that I buy from don't do it the way I want it either. So it's not, to me, it's not a matter of getting my way. It's a matter of how am I going to make money with what they're offering. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, so when that has worked in particularly well, back before I was doing send out cards, even send out cards just made it easier. But before that, I was doing a newsletter for my downline and I was sending it to people. Um, in corporate because I knew at some point if I was successful in my plan to work my way up the ranks, that I would need to be dealing with the corporate people. So I wanted them to recognize my name. That was my whole strategy. So I would send them my downline newsletter and stuff. Just I found out who the people were because I asked the manager and sent them stuff all the time. And when they decided to pick people to do the rich and famous of Avon, I got picked because of that, because they wouldn't have known I was out here. It's not, I was
Mm.
never number one, so it's not like they picked me because of my stellar performance. So I think that makes a difference when people know who you are. So anyway, and the cards make it easier. That's just all there is to it. So if
Mm.
I want to, send a thank you note or want to do updates now, it's easier. Even to do a newsletter, you could do it on a 3 panel and do a page on each panel and send it.
Yeah.
So I regularly try to get my name in front of the people especially the ones that I know I'm going to have to interact with. But oh, you know who I sent one to is I forgot what her Liz, is it Liz Maldonado? I think she's running the US part of Avon. She's
Yeah.
the blonde haired
Lisa.
lady.
And her
Um,
name Lisa too?
yeah, I think it's Liza, isn't it? Or Liz? Is it Lisa?
I was thinking it was Lisa Maldonado.
Oh, I don't know, but she's blonde.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. In 40 years, there've been a few of them. So, right. But anyway, when I met her in New York, I made sure to have my picture taken with her. And then I sent it to her on the front of a card. And then later, when her and another corporate person were actually calling to slap my hand about something, which don't panic, that happens on the regular. In the background on the wall was the card. So I don't
Yeah.
think, I mean, she slapped my hand, and no doubt about that, but she didn't like a post I put up, and I said, you know what? While we're on the phone, I'll go delete it. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. But I think that she might have been tougher or whatever had she not known me or I hadn't sent a card because I want to make it a good experience when she's dealing with me. I didn't argue with her about the post. I didn't try to justify the post or anything like that. I just went, you know what? If you're not happy with the post, it's gone. It's gone right now. Doop. That's it. So, but I was secretly excited to see the card I sent her on the wall behind her because I'm thinking, ooh,
Mhm.
that's good. But I think you can get more business. I think you can get more repeat business, more referrals, more everything if you just make it a good experience. Because just think, everyday life, people are not necessarily having good experiences where they're buying stuff, or when they're the service provider and you're the customer, they're not getting good experiences either. And I'm trying to be a
Right.
good customer too, because I think you just don't know where your business is coming from in direct sales. Um, like the guy that plows my snow, um, he's referred Avon customers to me plenty of times. And I have a rule with him that I want to be his best customer. So I make sure he emails me my bill and I make sure to pay it within hours. As soon as I see it, I pay it. And he said, you know what? You're the only one doing that. He told me that. And I didn't ask him. He told me that just off when we were talking about something else. He says, some people I have to chase to pay. He says, you pay immediately. And one time, before we were doing PayPal, he needed money to reach his payroll when he first was getting going. And he's always done a good job. He called me because I've always paid as fast as I got the thing. He said, I'm going to be mowing your lawn, and I really would appreciate it if you could pay so I could pay my gang. I said, I'll meet you down the bank. Let's go. And I made sure that I did that. And I send him cards on the regular too. And the service I get's better. I called him one day. I was away traveling and I found out that we were getting a big snowstorm. And I called him and I said, Peter, do you think you could just push in the snowbank so I can get in the yard? I just want to, I'm coming home from the airport. I know I'm going to have too much snow to drive in the yard. If you could just get me enough so I could get in the yard. I came home, the place was already done. He'd plowed everything. I was able to go down and get in the garage and everything. So, and would he have done that anyway? Maybe, but I bet you he did it whistling because it was me. He was happy
Yeah.
to do it. He knew I was going to pay right away. So I think those things matter. So if he's sitting there and someone says to him, "Do you know somebody that sells Avon?" You don't think he's going to tell me, right? Because people are going to recommend you if you're pleasant and you give good service or you're a good customer. I think those things matter. Hey, one last thing. Those remember the girls down at the Dunkin' on the Merritt
Mhm.
Parkway? I see them there and they remember my coffee order. And I sent the
Mhm.
card and it came back and I handed them the card and everything. When I go there now, they weren't doing this before. They always have my coffee ready and they have it ready now. They have it ready when I walk in the door. And I started to say my order because I didn't think they had it. She said, "We saw you come in. It's right here." And it was on the counter, already made. But now when I come in, they're, "Hey," and they smile and wave. So,
Oh,
and I
good.
mean, yeah, and I think those things matter because would you
Mhm.
rather buy from an Avon lady or any other, a Tupperware lady or whoever you're buying from that's grumpy or that you've had a bad experience with or that you had a hard time getting on the phone? Or would you rather buy from someone who is always happy and bubbly, who sends you a thank you card with every order? You know what I mean? And I don't discount, so they're not doing it because I'm cheaper. I'm just being
Mhm.
friendly and just trying to give everybody a good experience when they're with me or interact with me somehow. That's it.
Mhm.
And the cards just make it so much easier. So, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I went on and on. Did you? What are you doing there, Maureen, that you had to leave? You
Oh,
doing?
Sean's got his nurse here today. His insurance once a year they pay for a home visit instead of having to
Oh,
go to the office.
oh, good.
So so the nurse is here. So I just wanted to make sure because of his memory, I wanted to make sure some of the stuff.
Oh, yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was my mom, they were like, I don't know. I didn't understand. The doctor said, um, you can't go in with her. And I'm like, she had dementia or Alzheimer's. I'm like, okay, but you may want to take her answers with a grain of salt because she's not telling the right stories anymore.
Right.
And they're like,
Mhm.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I get deferred to a lot. There was something, we were somewhere and they wouldn't let me go back with him. And he was like, "You're gonna have to ask my wife. You're gonna have to ask my wife. You're gonna have to ask my." So finally they come out, they're like, "Maureen DeGregory, are you out?"
Yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I didn't think Grammy was as bad as she was, and what was it? She couldn't do her pills. That's it. She
Mm.
came over and said, "I can't do my pills," and I'm like, I didn't understand it. I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then I went, "Okay, no, no, okay," and then I backed up, like, "You know what, Ma? I'll just take a box and go get them all sorted out." All the pills were mixed up. They were all mixed in each other. You open one container and it had like 12 different pills in it. I almost had heart failure. So when we did go to the doctor the next time, I said to him, "She's worse than you're thinking, I think, because how did that all happen?" And she acts like she don't know what's going on. And he gave her a test when I was sitting there. She couldn't read the clock. She thought Jimmy Carter was president. I mean, all that stuff. And right.
Mm.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
was a rude awakening for me and the doctor. And they're going, "Oh no." And what's so bad, and I feel guilty to this day, even though, bless her heart, she's already died. But I was thinking for like a year that she was just being rude because I would say on Monday, "We got doctor's appointment on Thursday at 3, Tuesday. Don't forget, we got the doctor's appointment at Thursday at 3." And then Thursday runs around, 3 o'clock, I'm sitting in the van. "No, ma." And I'm thinking, man, she's being rude. And it was just she couldn't
Mhm.
read the clock or anything. She didn't know what time or day it was. Oh God.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So for like a whole year, I thought she was being rude, and it was really that, yeah, she was losing it.
Mm.
Mm.
So anyway, did you guys, I know I ramble on too much, but hopefully you got something out of all this rambling.
Yes,
Did you
Okay.
have
that's
anything?
great. Thanks.
Did you have anything that you needed to have me show you and send out cards by chance?
What's your
Oh,
process to make sure you send 10 cards a day? Because I keep forgetting. I want to make sure I send 10 cards a day. Some kind of way I
Do,
need to
do you
do
have
10 a
the
day.
little the in the back office they have that little thermometer thing? It's not always accurate, but mostly it is. Did you see it? Or yeah, I can show you again. I'll show you. I also once it's a habit, once you've done it for a while, Yasmin, you'll be able to, but in the
Mhm.
back office here, if you do this
I also have
right
lists.
here.
I use
Oh,
lists.
oh, yes, yes. Okay.
So I look here to make sure that I've got it, and then I make a big deal about it in my head. And even like Ty, Ty's the boyfriend, tall, dark, and handsome. Um, Even he now, I always say, oh, I got to do the cards. And when I go down to his house, that was my hard part was I wasn't in the habit of doing it when I was away from home. And now I am because I'm like, I got to take 5 minutes and do my cards. And now if I don't, he says, did you do your cards yet? So
Oh,
maybe it would help to have somebody else that you tell about it.
oh, yeah.
That might help. Also, once you get in the habit of doing it for even probably I would say 90 days, which sounds long, but once you've done it 90 days, it's hard to skip. It's like brushing your teeth before you go to
Oh, yeah.
bed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
maybe rope somebody in at your house, tell them you're trying to do that and to remind you. Or
Right.
set an alarm on your phone.
Oh, yes.
You could do
That,
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Hmm.
that and you know what's funny is consistency has
Oh,
been
yeah.
the thing that I live and die for because over the years of me doing all of this, Avon and send out cards, all of that, that is what's been pulling me through because I'm not dumb or a troll or anything, but I'm not that smart and I'm not that good looking and I don't have control over those two things. I can't get smarter and I can't get better looking, but consistency, that is something I can do. I can
Hmm.
get more consistent and make it a habit. So that has been something I'm really, really big on in my own life is trying to be consistent. And I don't try to do tomorrow's work today. So I just do the 10 and I do 10
Yes.
tomorrow and 10 the next day. I just had a guy that's on my Avon team. He like disappeared in April and he's done this two other times. He shows back up today. It's January, all gung ho and going to be at it. But the problem is he'll be all gung ho at it for 5, 6 weeks, and then I'll see him next November when he gets all
Mm.
gung ho again. You're almost better to do 10, 10 today, 10 tomorrow, 10 the next day, 10, than you are to do a whole bunch and then drop it for months. Because I don't see how he's ever going to get a foothold in this. Where if you do
Yeah.
small actions every day consistently and you don't skip a day, that it just snowballs and you end up having a much bigger business over it and it's not so painful, I think. Because he thinks he's got to solve the world's problems this week. He thinks he's got to find all kind of customers this week. And I don't ever think that. I think I just want somebody else to know what I'm doing today. Just somebody. And after a
Hmm.
while, you end up getting orders every day. Did that help any, Yasmin?
That's great.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you very much. And it's 2 o'clock, so I'm going to sign off. I've got to brave the 20 or the
Oh,
6 degrees, it feels like. Yeah, I'm putting on a hat. I call it my Alaskan mushing coat. I'm the whole thing. And I'm going to the store and get out as at least as little as possible and run into the store. Everybody will be all wrapped up. Yeah, that poor lady that moved here last year that I was making fun of in September that had on a long puffy coat, a hat, gloves, scarf around her face in September when it was 50. I bet she's not even leaving her house.
Real quick, because I know it's after, but the first year that I lived here in Vegas, the first winter I was still teaching, and the kids and some of the teachers would come in with down jackets, hats, and gloves, and I'm thinking, it's not that cold. Now that I've been here for this long,
Oh, it does.
I
It does.
cannot go outside. It is freezing out there. It
Oh,
is
you'd be
so
a popsicle up here.
like, but the
Immediately.
wind is starting to blow. I can actually see the trees moving. The palm trees, I can see the trees moving. So it's windy.
Even Bo, I don't usually let him out off leash because he'll run off, but he's not running off now. He goes, does his business, and turns right back in. And if I'm not there opening the door, he's standing at the door looking at me like, "What are you thinking?" Everybody try to stay warm, and I really appreciate you spending this time, and hopefully you got something good today. And try to stay warm. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.